Hello and welcome back to my GTNH playthrough. It is November 18th and we are in a hole. So, I said this week's going to be a casual week for just kind of doing some magic items, and in my hand here we got a new one. And I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be able to break bedrock, so kind of just threw a hole on the backside of my blood magic area, which is where the rest of my stuff's been today, and we're just going to experiment. Let's see. Oh, snaps, it, I guess it just made a portal, so let's hop in and see what happens. Interesting. Bedrock, bedrock. This is with night vision. I wonder if my night vision disables if you just can't see. I don't know if I brought torches. Oh, that was weird. That's interesting. The wireless, disabling the wireless seems, or disabling the night vision seems to make it bright, and enabling it seems to darken. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, I was just kind of curious if there was something here. This popped me back. Alright, well, that was not as eventful as I thought. Might have to play around with that a little more. But anyways, so yeah, that was one of the things I got done today, was crafting this pickaxe. The other thing you might be able to spot in my inventory is this Ichorium adorned Ichor woven silverwood wand, which supposedly is the best of the best besides like the endgame wands. I pretty much ended up actually crafting like 3 of those, because to craft this one, the crystalline wands, these guys, and my discount from like clothing I had on and stuff wasn't quite enough to be able to craft this. Then now I'm thinking about it, I might have been able to craft some Ichorium clothing and been able to craft it, but I basically crafted one that had different random caps on there. It was this guy right here, the satin entwined one. Specifically just crafted this guy because I had those caps lying around and I could do it. And then this one also has 1,000 storage, so use that one to craft this one. And then I have actually a second one up here in the crafting terminal right here. I might make a third one for my crafting terminal back at the main base, but I'm not too worried about that right now. So that was kind of like it for magic. I did kind of mess around with this thing. So yesterday, I don't think I showed it, but I added a ton of quicksilver up here to try to boost the stability, because I was having fusions randomly fail. And then this today, when I was trying to infuse, everything was failing, so I like backed it off. For reference, before yesterday, I was chilling at 69 stability, added all these layers of quicksilver, got all the way up to 270, and then I figured maybe there's like an overflow or something going on, so I backed it off to 260, and now all the way back down to 249. It seems to do alright when I craft once, but then it'll still fail. Actually re-followed the tutorial video yesterday just to make sure I didn't have like a issue in my coding or something. So I'm not really sure, which is kind of a pain in the butt, because if I try to craft a lot of things at once, like sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's not. It almost seems to be like if I don't look at it, it seems to be alright, and then when I'm like looking at it, it fails more. It's kind of weird. And then down here, so we can see I have these beacons down. Did actually upgrade this guy to tier 5. I'm a little sad because when I laid all this stuff out to begin with, I did not realize that the tier 4 to tier 5 was 2 spaces, because you can see these white blocks were where I thought the blood altar would be, and in reality now it's going to go all the way to this line, and then over on these ones be into the wall. So now that I haven't done anything with said tier 5 altar yet, but I can't remember why I stopped. I think there was a reason I got distracted from continuing on. Let's see, Archmage. Oh yeah, it's these demon blood shards, which I need to craft some pedestals. That's right. So that's where I left off on blood magic. Technically, I'm working towards being able to spawn these water elementals and then see if I can get one of these, because I'm gonna craft. I want to make sure, I'm hoping is the case, is if I craft one of these, that I can get the demon blood shard out of it being in a extreme entity crusher, and doesn't have to be manually killing them. Because right now, like the weak blood shards, I can't get these out of the extreme entity crusher. Drops only when the mob has a weakness potion effect applied. Yeah, so I don't know. There's got to be a way to automate these guys over here, but for the moment, if I need more weak blood shards, I have to manually craft them. But yeah, so I got this guy upgraded to 5. The next step, like I said, I'll get these demon blood shards so I can make the next orb to upgrade over here. And then lastly, over here, we can see I'm starting to get a backlog of slates. We got 1,000, 500, 188. So this one's only like 60 from being done with what it's going for. And then whenever we get the urethral, that'll go here. But yesterday, real quick, on note of being sad about the layout, I did have to basically reconstruct this after I realized that, because these two would bleed into each other, and I don't know if blood altars can wall share, but not gonna find out. I basically just shifted this over too, and that was about it. And as you can see from this wall here, I had to dig out 3 more just to make space for it. And then down here, you might be able to see this whole mess. So yesterday, I mentioned this circuit up here that I had built to time exporting into the blood altar for automating the slates. And I was like, the little circuit I did is overkill. Turns out. So even with the pulse thing, it doesn't seem to always work. So I did redesign that little circuit that was up here to extend the pulse for a full second, which is what this guy's doing. But the other problem I had with the circuit that I didn't really think about, because I was only making tier 1 slates at the moment, was that, say if I'm crafting tier 1, I want the timer to only be 10 seconds or so, tier 2 20 seconds, tier 3 50 seconds, etc, etc. And I didn't want it to be, well, let me just set it to the slowest timer for the tier 5 and have it just take forever to build back up. So I had to do a little logic circuit. I'm sure there's a cleaner, more efficient way to do it, but honestly, this was, after a little while of thinking about it, basically what I got going on here is these level emitters are set to the same as up here, except for the count is off by 1, just so they don't, there's no weird transitions. But if I need tier 1 slates, this guy will light off, and this guy will fire through, and this will, all 5 of these paths, the final thing is this 658, which is just the signal to this little guy right here, which then goes into 660 to give that pulse up there. But that's what all these, you can see 658, 658, 658. So if the tier 1 goes, it's real simple. It emits to this signal just to say the tier 1 is going, and then the rest of this is up to here to just say, hey, fire at 10 seconds. And then the only thing this guy is right here is just a kill switch that I have over on the wall over there if I want to shut the altar off. Then for the tier 2 and onwards, the rest of them, it's just multiplied out. But say for the tier 2, we come in, if the tier 1, this 650, you can see 650 right here, is active, it'll come over here into this NOT gate. This NOT gate will turn off, and then this guy, which is just an AND gate, so it needs this signal and this signal to be off, then it'll fire through. So this guy can only run if this is active and this guy isn't active. And then that just follows through for the rest of these. So this guy for tier 3, which is the one that's currently running, you can see the timer going real slow there. This guy needs to be active, and circuit 1 needs to be inactive, and circuit 2 needs to be inactive, and then so on and so forth. Six five two. Why is 652 firing? What is that one? This is to 651. This is to 652. Oh, it's because 652 is the tier 3. Sorry, I was having a brain fart there. Yeah, so 652 is the tier 3. So if we were to look at this in function over here, right now, because this guy is currently on, the tier 3 one's on, you can see it triggers this NOT gate to not be on. So then this AND circuit, even though there's a yes here, and then circuit 1 and circuit 2 aren't running, so these two AND gates are functioning fine. You can see from here, the signal's coming in. See from here, signal is coming into the bottom of here, but circuit 3 is running, so this guy cannot, this doesn't complete the AND gate, so it cannot function out to this timer. But yeah, that's basically it for today. A little bit shorter of one. Just like I said, I can't play as much today, so I wanted to. My main goal was to get this guy functional, so I'm making slates in the background, and then the little bit I did play, I upgraded to all this Ichorium stuff. I think I'm gonna go once I log out of here, or upload this video. I'm gonna hop over back into that Bedrock dimension, see if there's anything interesting there. Otherwise, I'm not really sure what my plan is for the rest of the night for the game, but we'll see. And then, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Hope everybody has a good night, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.